A new champion has entered Stick War Saga, a general by the name of Wrathnar. Now, Wrathnar is the leader of the Swordwrath, and as you can imagine, he's got a giant sword. This one is on fire. It allows him to inflict burn damage, and he's got some incredibly powerful abilities that we're going to show off today. So let's see just how strong Wrathnar is and just how enemies he can dispatch. So we've got a few different challenges for Wrathnar today. The first one is going to be to try to survive an ambush. This ambush is going to basically last about 6 minutes, and during that time we have to build up just enough forces so that we can defend ourselves before we can field what is a massively expensive unit. He's 800 total resources, 500 gold, 300 crystals. That is quite the investment, but I think it's going to pay off. Since he does fire damage, what we decided to do was give our Archidons projectile burn. Now also there's this pretty cool little ability going on right here which allows us to upgrade certain structures. I really like the ability to maybe like increase my build unit speed. And right about now, yep, there's the first enemy Swordwrath. Now we're about a minute or so in and the enemy is basically just taunting us, sending out a simple Swordwrath to die. But we will oblige him. Now even with rage ability and a Swordwrath and an Archidon, that guy got through. That was kind of unnerving. I think probably what we should have invested in was maybe a minor rush. Because if we're trying to tech up to a very, very expensive unit, well, you're going to need a lot of resources. And when you need a lot of resources, you need to make them faster. But we do have this. We gain 20 gold when an enemy unit dies. And whenever one of ours dies, we get refunded by about 15%. So that's at least something. It may not be a lot, but it is technically something. Now we need 50 more crystal. And then we can bring out the big man himself, but he will take a little bit of time to get onto the battlefield. So while we're waiting for that, I think some supporting Archidons are the perfect unit to complement, well, a general, especially a melee general who's got a big giant freaking flaming sword. And at this point, I'm gonna upgrade the barracks so that we can get these units out just a little bit quicker. Because you can see here, we've been doing this for a while and he's only 50% done. Now, if we want to unlock his abilities, we'll actually need to research the temple. Since all of our units basically take gold to use, we're going to have an abundancy of crystal, and fortunately, that's exactly what the temple takes to unlock. We've got about 10 seconds left on our barracks being upgraded, and then we will put that money straight into the temple. Now, one thing I didn't account for was that Archidons and Swordwrath are both light units, and we can't queue them up at the same time. So there's that. So we'll get the temple out, and there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Wrathnar. Now notice Lava Quake is locked, and we need temple level 1 to get it. He's got this ability, Jump Slam, and I'll show it off right here. He basically flies off into space, and then he takes some time to come down. You do that, and he does quite a bit of damage. It's pretty dang incredible. Now, because we need a little bit more beef on the menu, we're gonna put out a Spearton or 2. And once the temple's done, I'm thinking we might try to go temple level 2. That'll give a cooldown. It's 600. Okay, we're going to have to wait. Now, they're sending in Ripper Riders, so I do feel a little bit better that we have a pretty expensive unit in the Spearton, a guy with a lot of health and a lot of armor. So at this point, we might as well attack. Wrathnar is a melee unit, and we need to give him the orders to attack. There it is. Temple level 2, a 40% cooldown on abilities. But now we should be able to use the Lava Quake. So the next attack, which should be coming right about now. Oh, they're sending in a ninja. I'm not sure this is the best time to use the Lava Quake. Well, that was pretty cool. We lit him on fire. We kind of stunned him. And we've dispatched most of the enemies. So at this point, we've got about a minute and change left. The enemy has decided, oh, you're going to light me on fire? That's illegal. So we've got the gold, we've got 31 seconds. Researching temple level 2 takes quite a large amount of time. I think Wrathnar, since he's a light unit, even though he's a general, he does need some melee support. Not a lot. So you can see here that 1 or 2 Speartons seems to be just enough. First challenge is successful, but now we're gonna do a special one. We're gonna be fighting a lot of deads. A lot of them. And while it says I'm a peaceful quiche, I can assure you that's not entirely the case. Now, one good thing is we did get Zephos on our side. It's interesting that this hero is named after a short sword, but he's got quite a long sword. The only good dead is a dead dead. A deader dead. Okay. I do like the little comic book text bubbles. So we have to fight the dead, And we actually can take the mid-ground, so we probably should have done that from the beginning, just because Zephos is going to be more than enough to dispatch our enemies. And with that in mind, actually, I'm tempted to just save up. We'll take the middle ground, and we're going to start healing while we're there. And we should start to get a little bit of a boost to income. Plus 6%. And then I think, was that a minus 3% cooldown for units? Now what we need is to get one of our miners here on Crystal, just to make sure we can get up here fast enough. Because the enemy is already pumping out even more zombies. Look at that. That's 7 zombies on the field right now. I've got another Archident on the way, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So it requires the temple. That's enough to get our big guy out there. And we've got rage that we can use. We might as well do that since the enemy's got a lot of guys here. And I'm not sure upgrading... Oh, shoot. I hate these guys. This is going to be bad. Attack! Zephos! Take the explosives! Thank you. Okay. That really stunk, but it was what it needed to be done for the cause. Now, at this point, I think we're going to upgrade our barracks. It's going to take 44 seconds, but we're going to be able to utilize that for at least 2 minutes of play, which I would say is probably worth it. All right, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Wrathnar has entered the field of battle. Now we're gonna queue up 3 units at the same time, and we're saving our rage. I think maybe a mass gold quest completed. I feel like I didn't really do anything remarkable in this game. It must be something in aggregate. All right, let's go and attack them. Send in the rage, and we'll do a little jump slam. We'll adjust our targeting reticle. Where are they? No! Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Plus, Wrathnar just got poisoned. So, I don't think Wrathnar is going to be your general of choice, at least when you're not supporting them with healing abilities, against the dead. Now, it's going to take 44 seconds to get that. We've got a lot of poison back here. Oh, and we're going to get a little bit more. Oh, there goes an Archident. He fought bravely. He fought well, but he will be mourned. 30 seconds on the temple till we can get the Lava Quake ability. But we needed the healing of the obelisk to cure ourselves of what seems to be the disease of the undead. Now let's go out, venture forth, kill some of these guys. There's another jump slam, but it's a little bit late. We'll upgrade the forge, not that we're gonna need it because it's not gonna be done in time. We're poisoned, but we don't care. We'll use the rage virus of our to give us the boost here, and the enemy's gonna be coming forth, and they should be easily dispatched. So 20 seconds, is anything else coming? He just did the lava quake on his own. That's awesome. I feel like the jump slam is incredibly powerful. Lava quake is cool, but jump slam just seems to be at least the most cinematically interesting of the 2 abilities. Mission number 2 completed. Now for the final quest. Now this one is a gold rush, and we did that because, well, it allows us to basically rush out some units as well as get some upgrades. This is going to be a little bit intense because the enemy also was gifted a ton, but it allows us to get barracks level 1 already upgraded for some unit build speed, which will be much needed, I can assure you of that. And then right after that, we're going straight into the temple in order to boost our heroes' abilities. So about 12 seconds left on the barracks upgrade. The enemy hasn't taken the middle of the field. I'm not entirely sure why. They had more than enough gold, and they just took it now. Okay. Well, we'll probably want to pull back, even though the frosty stuff will make it a little bit uncomfortable for this retreat. Wrathnar's here, though, and we're going to do a lava quake, which I think is going to be pretty dang good. That was a pretty good stun on their magic kill. And I think we've got this one in the bag, at least taking the middle ground. Now at this point, we're going to want to upgrade our temple, and we're going to want to defend. That'll allow us to start healing up a little bit, holding the line, and we're going to need to hold the line. That is for dang sure. We don't have nearly enough gold. But the enemy's retreating, and we lit them on fire with our projectile burn damage upgrade. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I love the enemy's statue. That's not how you're supposed to hold your hand there, King. He did the thing! All right, temple is almost done. We've already got 2 upgrades, so at this point, since we've got an abundance of gems and we don't really need to upgrade our miners or castle archers, we're just going to take temple level 2 and push this to the limit. I have no idea why, but we just have a billion gems. That's the problem with this build, is it's not very balanced in that there's not a lot of stuff to spend gems on. I think this one is probably the first ability to go in this deck. This is not a good deck. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. But I do love seeing Wrathnar in all of his power. Now, that's quite the front line. So at this point, I think we should probably push the enemy. But I'm going to wait till Temple level 2 is done, which is going to take 25 seconds. All right, if we time this right, we'll have 40% ability cooldown. Everybody, go attack. Wrathnar is going to do his thing. Oh, man. The enemy force is quite powerful. There's the Quake. Jump Slam. And we'll jump in the back line. I feel like that's the best use of this ability, is to hit like all those magic kills and then just let him start hacking people up. His health is kind of low. There's a lot of fire damage, which is ironic that he's getting hurt by fire. We didn't have a full army, and we went against what I would consider a full army. Wrathnar is down. He's returning. He's going to take his sweet, sweet time to get back into the battlefield. But I'm committed to this raid. What I'm hoping is we can kill some of their Merrics and then some of their Speartons. But I think we're doing the fire damage. If we can hold them here with our Spearton, who just reinforced, then we should actually be able to do some residual damage. And now we got to do one of my favorite things. Let's upgrade the Forge, which is doing a little bit of a raid. We got the money, so we should queue up both. Man, that Frosty spell was pretty powerful, at least when we first started attacking. They missed the first 2 Speartons, but that 3rd Spearton did get affected by it. And as a result, he's going to take his sweet, sweet time getting to the front lines. But once Wrathnar is back in action, we're going to commit this. Look at him. So he's sulking right now, dragging his flaming sword, which does appear to be actually not on fire. So we're going to tactically withdraw. The Forge just got completed. We've got Temple level 2. And I'd say, you know what? Let's do more damage. It's going to take 74 seconds. I mean, that's just quite a bit of time. So Wrathnar needs about 30 seconds. He's going to take a quick nap, eat a cheeseburger, and then he'll be back out on the battlefield. They must have changed these because now we have level 3, but I never purchased it. I wonder if it's like part of these upgrades, maybe? All right, Wrathnar has entered the battlefield. We are ready to try to complete this 3rd challenge. The other thing that we're going to do is use Rage. That way our arrows should be doing a lot more. And when possible, we're going to take Wrathnar and rush the back lines here. Attempt to. Jump Slam. There's not too much of the enemy force left, but we were able to ambush them, what was left. So that's pretty dang cool. So this is interesting. So you can see what Armory and Forge upgraded. And if we look at our statue, oh yeah, that's very helpful. So at this point, I'd say Wrathnar is a lot of fun. This build is not a good one if you want to have an effective Wrathnar, but it was quite fun. So if you guys want to see more Stick War 3, Stick War Saga, pull the trigger on the like button and let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.